Bruce Walker's my name, and for many years I've been involved in the area of lining and scrolling work, decorative work on a number of vehicles, horse-drawn vehicles, automotive vehicles, anywhere where it required decoration work. It's a way of having something individually done, something a little different to perhaps your competitor if you're in business. In this case, I'm running some lines around the edge of the broad stripe, or the picking out stripe, which is in red, just running the lines around in black, just to give an edge to it and further define it, I guess, from a distance. First thing you would do is line on the inside of that so that you won't smudge it with your fingers, like so. Just following the edge around and using my finger and holding it tight. The end result of the hand-eye coordination, the slight variation that the brush gives, is sufficient to make it far more artistic looking and not so mechanical. This is a broad liner. It will just give a constant wide line through on the spoke, and you can see that it gives me the width that I want straight away without having to do it twice. On a wheel like this, you couldn't use modern technology. The restoration work requires somebody to do it by hand and using hand skills. One of the most important shapes, of course, for lining and scrolling, which all scrolls are formed on, is what we call the line of beauty. And that line of beauty is the formation of all scrolls. From there you can develop that in any direction. For instance, you can come right round and link that up. This one can be extended till it comes right round to there. What you do from there, of course, is just dependent on your own expression. For instance, I might put some thickening into there and just let that fade around like that. The skills I believe that you need to be successful in this is a good eye, and hand-eye coordination is very important in this type of work. One thing you must do when you're a sign writer is you've got to be balanced on your feet. You have to have the right stance, and you've got to be at the right level to work and be comfortable and relaxed. And then just let the brush do the work with the eye and the mind creating whatever you're doing. When people like myself disappear, it's my responsibility, I believe, to train young people with what skills that I've been fortunately able to get from people that have trained me in the past. So what I'm putting on is just another colour across the top, which we call a highlight. And the moment you put another colour on that sort of position, you can see that it's starting to give a little bit of dimension to it, and that's called highlighting. So you would highlight, say, across the top and down one side, and you would shadow underneath, so the reverse. So that then starts to give it the form, and you can see the form here. You can see that that's starting to get dimension. It would be better if it was more a brown or a burgundy than black. I believe it's got an individuality, of course, and it's got a lot of me in it. It comes from within me. It's a bit like most artists, it comes from the soul. This hand of mine, and particularly these fingers, are so important to me. The flexibility of those fingers and the ability to be able to twist the brush with my fingers, or roll the brush so that I get whatever shape I want. And the day that I lose the flexibility in the fingers, or I get cramp, or they start to get to the stage where they're full of arthritis, then I'll have to stop sign writing and lining and scroll work. And that'll be a sad day for me.